with the featherweight division, at the top of the division, it's kind of clogged a little bit. There's, Volkanovski's talking about he wants to rematch Max, Korean Zombies on the side. You got a couple other guys just waiting in line, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think? Do you think there should be a rematch? Do you think like the fight was close enough and Max deserves that rematch, or do you think there should be fresh blood and throw in the Korean Zombie or even Zabit?
Yeah, no, I think it's tough too because our Max, Jose Aldo, he was like the best featherweight of all times. Max beat him twice in decisive or decision, or not decision, but decisive fashion. He was beating everyone on this long streak, but I do think Volkanovski. I thought he won the fight. I thought he won 4 or 5 rounds, if not all five. Just by watching each round and kind of scoring it. But who knows? Yeah. So is Max the greatest featherweight of all time right now? Who knows? I think styles make fights, and I think that was just stylistically. I was calling it all along. I was like, Max is a great fighter, great champion, but I was like, Volkanovski is going to beat him. Just his style. I just was betting on him, and yeah. But so who knows, man? Give the rematch to Max. They're fighting June 6th, I believe, right? Or that was the plan before all this, and Perth, I think, somewhere in Australia. But everyone's in line because everyone's been winning, So I know Korean Zombie wants to fight for the title. I know Zabit does. I know Yair does. So who knows? Maybe they just kind of have to fight each other just to see who's next in line. But I think everyone wants to, fight for the title, and that's kind of the thing. So it's always hard because they're like, hey, call someone out if you could fight anyone. Like, yeah, I want to fight the champion because that's my goal. I just need a shot. But yeah, it's just kind of clustered and just kind of tied up at the moment, and it seems like it's been that way for a while, and this is even prolonging it. So yeah, it's hard. That's why it's kind of tough, like for me to even get the fights that I've been wanting, and then especially with everyone moving around, there's been Moicano went up to 55s, and then Aldo went to 35s. Frankie's going to 35. So it's just kind of a mess right now. But yeah, I think whoever's available and whoever can fight, and then yeah, just let them have at it because around it. People are going to fight each other anyways, and so just things don't hold up the division. If they're going to do the rematch, do it. For some reason, if they can't, then throw someone else in there because people will fight eventually, and it'll just make everything kind of run a little smoother, in my opinion.
When you look at the top 10 or so, and you're looking at who you can fight, Barboza, of course, is not the one that would make sense, right? But for money, yes, money is
Yeah,
good for a guy that's high in the high level competition. Great, but I look at like Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez. Those are the guys that make sense for you, don't you think so?
yeah, and that's the thing I've always said. Like Brian Ortega was ranked, he's ranked the highest out of them. Like I've been wanting to, out of everything, he only has one loss to the former champion. He's just a great martial artist. He's good. But it's like I was gunning to fight him when he was the number one contender all the time, because I was like, I just want that shot. And then I beat him. I'm the number one contender. I'm next in line. And just going back to, it's not bitter at all about it, but maybe a little. Just when we were supposed to fight, or we weren't supposed to fight, but they were trying to match us up back in Orlando a long time ago. Him and I, because he beat Swanson, then the next week I beat Lamas, and then Dana was trying to make him and I fight as a title eliminator, in the main event in Florida, and then the winner got the champion, and then that never went down. So it's just like, and then he's been right there, always in the top three, the number one contender. So after I was winning fights, I just kept saying I want someone in the top five, the top three, and then it's like he's right there. So I was like, why not fight the best guy to get you to the title? So yeah, that makes sense to me, but who knows, man? I don't know if that fight will happen anytime soon, but yeah, I'd be all for it. In a perfect world, I want to fight someone in the top three, so then I beat them, I fight for the title. That's my plan. So that's what I would want, but who knows what the UFC wants.
Where at what point, do you change your approach and say, "Oh man, I need to start just calling people out"? Because the Korean Zombie, he never talked trash at all, and then just recently, you know how that played out. His
Yeah.
translator slash manager or whatever was being loose with the translations and kind of offended Brian Ortega, and he got slapped by Brian Ortega. What do you think about that? Is that something that for yourself? It's like, man, it's just not me. I'm not gonna just listen to somebody else say like, oh, you
Yeah.
should talk trash. That's what's the era right now with Kobe Covington and Masvidal and all
Yeah.
the guys.
Yeah, no, that's what a lot of people, they've always been saying that you need to just start talking trash. You need to start calling people out. I'm like, man, I don't know. That's just not me. Like I don't know. Anytime I fight, I think fans, I think people are excited I'm on the card because I try to be entertaining. I'm trying to finish the fight. Like I kind of want that to, you know, be kind of my thing, I don't know. I'm just, especially if I don't know people, I'm just not gonna. I don't know them. They haven't done anything to me. I'm not gonna start talking shit to them. But it's, you know, I can start calling people out. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like everyone's trying to do that, and it's just, you know, I, I'm not an actor, man. But I can fight, and so that's my thing. I'm just that's just not me. I just want to go in there and just it's just a job, like go in there, tell me who I'm going to fight. I wish they could do it like that. I wish, and I used to always think the UFC was that way. I used to just think, hey, you're fighting so and so. You want to fight? Like I didn't know. Now it's just everyone's just like picking and choosing and turning all these fights down and stuff like that, which I understand from a business standpoint. And they're trying to maximize as much money as they can, but it's like I just I think all of us are in this for a reason. You think you're the baddest person on the planet in your weight class. I feel like I can beat anyone. Just give me those opportunities. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's tough. That's not me though. So I'm gonna stick to my thing. I've never been like that. So don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. If someone's a dick to me, I can give it back to them. But
Oh yeah.
I don't know these people. I'm not just gonna start talking trash. And a lot of people, like even younger kids and everyone, look up to you and stuff. And I feel like a lot of people try to be like a handful and try to be like Connor because he came on the scene doing that. But it's like there's only one Connor, and there's especially other people that are just witty. They're funny. It's just like it's just their personality. Like Diaz, like Masvidal, all these guys. Like that's them. It's but I'm not going to try to act like one of them because they're the superstars, right now. Because then I would probably look like an idiot. So I don't know.